Inside a modern premium car, the design philosophy is strict. No clutter, no obvious mechanical hardware. The interior is designed to present a single, unbroken plane of stitched leather and soft-touch trim. Outside, the flush door handle follows the same rule. It sits perfectly level with the body, creating a clean surface that photographs beautifully and shaves a sliver off the car's drag coefficient. Then the 12-volt battery dies, or the car is in a severe collision, and the system fails. The loss of power plunges the cabin into absolute darkness. Someone inside is now feeling along the door panel for a way out. Because the interior latch was designed to be invisible, often tucked behind a panel or shaped to match the trim, there is nothing for a panicking hand to physically find. A door release must work when a person has no light, no screen, and no time. In the pursuit of a flawless surface, a critical safety control became a styling problem. In December 2025, the U.S. safety regulator officially opened a formal defect investigation covering roughly 179,000 Tesla Model 3 cars. Their initial finding was that the manual emergency release is hidden, unlabeled, and difficult to locate. Months earlier, a separate evaluation targeted about 174,000 Model Y vehicles. In these cars, the exterior electronic handles can completely stop working when the low-voltage supply drops, leaving no manual way in from the outside. Bloomberg and the Washington Post have both documented fatal crashes where investigators are examining whether this specific door design played a role. The interior mechanical release usually exists. The issue is deliberate concealment. To keep the door card looking minimal, the physical lever is hidden under a felt flap or disguised as a decorative panel. A trapped occupant requires clear findability. The automotive market, however, shipped an invisibility spec. China's industry ministry has finalized a strict new rule taking effect in January 2027. It explicitly bans fully concealed car door handles. The mandate dictates precise geometry for a mechanical release, both inside and out. It requires a recessed grasp space measuring at least 60 by 20 by 25 millimeters. In addition to the physical space, the law requires permanent, luminous signage of at least 1 centimeter, placed so occupants can see how to get out in the dark. When a national regulator has to write a legal definition for the word graspable, the industrial design discipline has completely lost the argument. Prioritizing a findable release does not mean automakers have to install clunky, cheap plastic levers in their luxury interiors. This requires a philosophy of honest egress. A physical control can be flush, highly tactile, edgelit, and located exactly where a hand instinctively reaches in a panic. A door you can reliably open in an emergency does not compromise a clean cabin. It is the only luxury that matters when the showroom lights are turned off. These physical failures are often invisible during the initial creation process. A photoreal render of a seamless door card looks superb when evaluated under perfect digital studio light. This is where concept phase design intelligence is required. It is the process of aggressively interrogating aesthetic choices long before the vehicle architecture is locked. The essential stress test takes the beautiful digital panel and puts it into the environment where it will actually be used, performing effectively in the dark, operating during a high-speed panic, and functioning with zero power. By stating these constraints while the door is still a concept, a completely seamless surface stops being a virtual virtue and becomes a visible liability you can fix before tooling. You cannot evaluate safety on a screen that ignores human panic. The render provides the evidence, but the decision you make from it becomes the product.